Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of This Could Get Weird. I am Adam Stone.
I'm Adam Blosher.
And, hey, man, how you been?
Decent.
Yeah? Life hitting you?
Life hit me. It's about it.
Yeah, well, do what I do. Hit back. Even harder. Right in the nuts. Yeah, just kick them right in the nuts, and it'll eventually leave you alone.
Let's hope so.
Survive, overcome, and adapt. Those are your keys to living life. But,
instead of overcome and adapt, I'll just survive, conquer, and thrive.
That'll work. That works, yeah. Yeah, same difference. Yeah, same difference. I mean, you're just surviving. You live in it. So, yeah, last week, finally saw Captain America.
About time.
Yeah, it took us a minute. Went up to the new theater, the AMC one at the mall.
Oh, yeah?
Really nice. Holy crap.
I thought it was, I thought they were doing bad shit there.
No. They took out all the old crappy seating, and they put in plush ass recliners. Like love seat stuff.
In the mall movie.
Huh?
In the mall theater.
Yeah.
Strange.
It's really freaking nice. I mean, they remodeled the hell out of that place. You don't even recognize it. But they got like love seat size recliners. And when I mean recliners, I was a little confused at first because I went with Elijah. Elijah's a big dude, and even he was comfortable as hell. And I didn't. And the only downside is it's kind of assigned seating, but you get to pick where you sit.
Oh, that's cool.
And I mean, you actually have to sit there though. It's keeping control, crowd control, and whatnot. And
I've done assigned seating before.
Yeah. And it wasn't so bad. I mean, I had to sit right next. You know how we usually kind of keep space between us. It wasn't so bad. It was actually comfortable, and I'm sitting there, and it's like during the trailers, and Elijah nudges me, and he's like, "Hey, check that shit out." And also, there's a lot of damn leg room in front of you. There's but maybe like 4 feet.
Wow.
And he nudges me, he says, "Check that out." And I look down, and these two guys are fully reclined. I'm like, "Get the fuck out!" So I'm looking for the button.
Yeah.
And I'm not finding it, and finally there's like this little, it's flush with the armrest to your left, and I'm thinking it's a button. So I push it, and it kind of adjusts, and I'm like, "Oh, okay," and I'm kind of leaning back to, push it the rest of the way, and it's kind of stuck there. I'm like, "Well, this is kind of lame. How the hell do they get theirs all the way down?" And come to find out, it's motorized.
Ooh.
It's a flush button, and you just hold down one side, and it just goes all the way back. You're like, "Oh my God.
Aren't you just fucking fancy?"
Oh yeah, I was comfortable that whole movie. I mean, even Elijah was all like, "Man, I got too comfortable." And it was just so nice. And I mean, for $7.50, and that's the matinee, that ain't bad.
True.
I mean, granted, it's not like, Tinseltown, where they're like, $4 or $5, but I mean, $7.50, it's a lot closer, and you get that kind of seating. Plus, they got those style of fountains that you serve yourself, and you can make any drink you want.
That's cool.
Now, my mom works there, and she said in the beginning it was a big freaking problem because people were screwing everything up, and like people would buy like waters or something and then try to fill it up with that, and they'd have to bust them, and they had to have a monitor there.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously people will try to do that.
Yeah, but they, pretty much got it under control. But the whole place is like it's different. Every screen is digital.
Oh.
I mean, remember how that main hallway is, how it was always dark and stuff?
Yeah.
It's bright.
I liked it dark.
I know, but that's the old theater style, and people like to see where they're going.
Fuck that.
But even the bathrooms, man, it cracked me up. Excuse me. It cracked me up because I go to wash my hands, and they have no paper towels there. They're like, completely green about it.
Yeah.
And the hand dryer is like right by the sink, and it's one of those super high powered ones. You just run your hand down there like a scanner, really slowly.
Oh yeah,
And
where
you run
have
it
to, like,
back.
put both hands down in that little cup thing.
Yeah, and it even says, sorry, it says that in like 8 seconds or less, your hands will be dry.
Yeah.
And it was fucking right.
Uh-huh. There's actually, they've had to be careful about installing those in some places because some people do tricks. I would say tricks, more like pranks, is where they'll stick like a finger in there to get the air going, and then they'll pee inside of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dick move.
So it's just like everywhere.
Dick move.
Total dick move.
Immature fucks.
I know.
Oh, but getting to the movie, as far as like trailers and stuff, they had like, the Ninja Turtles.
I'm still iffy on that. I don't know if I'm going to go see it or not.
Did you watch the trailer yet?
No.
Yeah.
I've seen what they look like, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, they look kind of weird. Yeah, I'm up in the air on that one. Of course, they had the SpiderMan trailer, which that looks kick-ass.
It does.
It actually looks really good. I mean, considering they've got, 3 of the Sinister Six in it.
Yeah. It's cool that on the trailer when Harry was taking I can't remember, what the fuck is Spider-Man's name?
Peter Parker.
Yeah, that one. When he was taking him down into like the basement research R&D of Oscorp, you see in the background, you see like Doc Ock's tentacles, you see the Vulture's wings.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I know, right? Because those are other 2 members of the Sinister Six, and I think it's Craven was the other one. And they had the Days of Future Past trailer, not the newest one, but like the second trailer, which is badass.
I've heard from what you see of Storm on the trailer is that's all there is in the movie.
What, of her getting killed by a fucking Sentinel?
Yeah, that's it.
I heard kind of the same thing about Rogue as well.
Yeah.
That she's like not even going to be in at that line, where she just got cut out altogether, even though she was part of the panel for Comic-Con last year.
Yeah, it was, she's in the trailer, but not the movie.
Well, from what I understand, it's going to take place mainly in the past anyway. Because like the whole opening is going to be in the future.
Yeah.
Where shit's gone down and it's all screwed up, and then I think it's not necessarily Wolverine time traveling, it's him his mind traveling, I guess, back in time, because he's going back to his old body, because he's back to his bone claws.
Yeah.
But I know the newest trailer they have out has Quicksilver in it.
For Days of Future Past?
Yeah.
Huh. Is it now, alright. You said you saw the Captain America movie. Did you stay after the credits?
Yes.
Is it the same actor as that one?
No.
What the hell?
I don't know. I mean, it's 2 different companies, and they're just like, you know what? Fuck it. But it's going to be interesting for the audience. Spoilers, if you haven't seen it yet, go out and see it. But we're going to be doing some spoilers in this one. After the credits, you get a good shot of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, which
I liked how they were doing Scarlet Witch.
Oh, because she is really fucked up.
She was always one of my favorite characters.
Yeah. But I don't know how they're going to get away with it not explaining who their father is.
I know.
Because,
it's kind of a big deal.
Because that's part of the canon, is because their father is fucking Magneto, but Magneto is, sorry, your princess is in another studio. Because Magneto, that character is, the film rights is owned by Fox. But in the meantime, Disney has full control over, it's pretty much.
Do you think they're going to make a deal?
I don't know, even with this whole...
It would be a very strenuous deal, but it might be a deal.
Well, from what I understand, that for Spider-Man, there's going to be an after credits trailer for Days of Future Past. And those are two different companies.
True.
So I think that's kind of like an olive branch maybe to something in the future.
Let's hope so.
Or if it was, I think a producer was something about a producer or somebody was involved with both films at the same time, and in order to use them.
They should just have somebody go, all right, we get both you are going to want money out of this. Let's just get together and make awesome.
That'll eventually happen one day, but I don't think it's going to happen within this phase, at least, of the Marvel universe. Because right now, you know...
Marvel has enough money, not Marvel, Disney has enough money, just buy Fox.
If only they were that easy.
They bought fucking Lucas, why not buy Fox also?
Yeah, that's just it. They just bought fucking Lucas.
And they have more money.
They gotta get a return first on their money.
It's fucking Star Wars 7.
Yeah, maybe.
No, how much that's gonna make. It could be shit, but still, opening day, it's gonna be the number one, no matter what.
Oh, no doubt. It's gonna make a boatload of money for them, and you know, all power to them. But it's the return, you know, because this is how a little bit I know about Hollywood. This is how it works when it comes to money. You make an initial investment into a movie, and a lot of people don't see that investment for another 5 to 10 years. That's just how the business works. Because, you know, say they spend $30 million on a movie, which is like nothing. And, you know, that's why those box office numbers mean a lot to these studios.
Yeah.
Because those are just estimates.
It also explains why they try to hype up every single movie that comes out, because movies are in theaters for a few months, but it's always like the first weekend. It's the biggest. Well,
that's the funny thing. That's where a lot of the money needs to be earned back. The reason why a lot of money you don't see any money for a while if you're an investor is because of the fucking advertising.
Yeah.
Because they spend $30 million on a movie, they spend 20 to 30 more, or 10 or something like that. Oh, yeah, on advertising, exactly. And say the movie, you know, opening weekend does really well, 25 million, you know, that's good. Now they need to make the rest of the other 15 back.
I've always found out that...
And then you're not even making profit yet.
All you really need to do is, like, just have, like, a trailer. But I'd say, like, the best advertisement to go see something for me is word of mouth.
Yeah.
If you can get word of mouth of how awesome your movie's going to be, I'm done. I'm sold, no matter what.
Yeah, well, that's why social media is becoming so huge when it comes to advertising, is because, I mean, look at Paranormal Activity.
No thanks.
No, I'm saying the advertising behind Paranormal Activity was all done through Facebook and Twitter.
It was crazy.
Because that movie was made for, God, a few $1,000.
And I'm sure it made millions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it made a boatload of money. That's why, you know, Steve Bloom, the guy who runs Blumhouse, the reason why he's smart about his movies that he pumps out, because he dumps maybe $5 million into a movie, and you make, you know, chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that's where a lot of creativity really comes from, is when you're under the wire. In my opinion. I mean, if you throw somebody, you know, $100 million, make a movie, and, you know, you get, you know, epic like Transformers and shit like that. Which,
only reason why I'm excited to see the new Transformers is Grimlock.
Yeah, but that's the only thing, though, is I don't give a shit about Mark Wahlberg or his family. I really don't.
I'm like, it shows the trailer, I'm like, who are these people? And then he fucking just jump starts Optimus. I'm like, yeah, fucking right.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just hard to control the nerd rage.
I'm sorry, but, like, you know, in the second one, I was, like, maybe the first 10, 15 minutes of it, of fucking Shia LaBeouf and his
But
bullshit.
when
That
he's going
story.
to college and all that.
I was done with that character.
Yeah.
I was done. I was
I've
like,
always said this, and I stick by my opinion for the Transformer movies: is too much people, not enough robots.
right. All I give a shit about is a bunch of metal
It's like,
colliding each other.
I understand there's always been at least like one human with the Autobots. Understandable. Just don't make the story about them. Make the story about the fucking robots.
We'll see. That's how they get away with, not spending so much money on a CG robot because it's pretty expensive to make that shit.
Just do old school. Do like the Jurassic Park T-Rex. Build the fucking thing.
Yeah, that's really fucking expensive. You know that?
Yeah. But
CG is much cheaper than animatronics and whatnot.
I'd rather have a giant robot to control.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Hey, on that note, did you there's a place in China that the scrapyard?
Yeah.
All these guys do is build the fucking Transformers. They're just like big models, but they're like 1-to-1 scale replicas.
Damn.
That's all they do, and they have like so many of them that they opened up a museum.
Oh, that's cool.
And they charge people to come in and stare at that shit.
I'd do it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Only problem is it's in China, and I don't...
Details.
Yeah. But, digressing, going back to Captain America. But all I got to say about this movie, holy shit, if you like Avengers, this movie was a great fucking follow-up to it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, bar none. I mean, sorry, here on out, spoilers.
Hooray.
The fact that they literally just blew up S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
They took away S.H.I.E.L.D. altogether, because it starts out with them, S.H.I.E.L.D. basically...
I really dig Jackson playing Fury. It's perfect.
Oh, yeah. It's damn perfect.
Every time I see him, I'm like, yes.
And Chris Evans as Captain
Fury,
America
right?
is fucking great. He nailed this character. I mean, Chris Evans, the guy who plays Cap.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's everything that Captain America should be.
Oh, yeah. Even not just like the character, but have you seen like the interviews of him?
Yeah.
He still has the fucking Captain America mentality. I'm like, oh my god, we found him.
Right. Because, when they first cast him, I was like, really? That dude? Motherfucker played Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four? He's kind of But then when I, saw him, in the first trailers for the first Captain America, I was like, all right, I'll bite. And then I saw Captain America, I was like, he's got this down. This one,
perfect.
He fucking nailed it, man. Even in Avengers, he was pretty comfortable in the role, but this time, he owns this role.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was fucking Cap. And all the values and stuff just comes out of him. And it's everything that Captain America should be. If you ever read the comics or, look at any of the lore, I mean, he nailed it. It just, it was like the whole thing is, after the events in Avengers, where New York got its ass raped by Super Skrulls, a.k.a., what the fuck were they called? The Centauri or something like that? And they were just Super Skrulls. But they're Skrulls are owned by Fox.
I would like to say that that they used Bucky as the Winter Soldier. I was glad they stuck with that, because they could have just made fucking anybody that.
Yeah, and they kept that part of the canon too.
And the whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm like, please let it be Bucky. Please just let it fucking be Bucky.
And it was an awesome reveal, man, when that mask came off and Cap just stopped dead in his track, like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Because I like how they tied up a lot of the ends from the first Captain America with him, meeting up with Peggy when she's old, poor lady.
Oh, yeah.
Suffering from, Alzheimer's, and that was actually a really sad scene.
Yeah.
All that time has passed, but she kept that hope alive, and she's part of the creation of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. But
There's one thing I was wondering about, though. This goes back to the after credit scene with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. Since they're introducing mutants, is there going to be a Civil War movie?
that's what people are thinking.
Like, the moment I saw that, I'm like, fucking Civil War, it's going to happen, man, yeah.
Right. Well, the thing is,
again, it's gonna come later, obviously, because they have to deal with Fox.
yeah,
They're gonna have to.
eventually. I mean, that's going to be the movie that nerdgasm everywhere.
It's like, you can be the biggest DC fan ever, but if the Civil War movie comes out for Marvel, fuck everything. It has to be Civil War.
Oh, did you hear about this? That they have a release date set for the next Captain America.
Oh?
Yeah, same day as Batman vs. Superman.
I'm gonna go watch Captain America.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, because
That's actually pretty clever on their part, though, too.
No, it isn't, if you think about it.
Really?
It's Batman vs. Superman finally on the big screen.
And
They've already moved.
I'm not sold on the Superman guy. I still don't like him.
Really?
Yep.
You didn't like Henry Cavill?
No.
I liked him. I think he did all right.
I think it's funny, too, because, I've seen all the Superman movies because y'all showed them to me up until present.
Yeah.
I've only liked the second one, and that's only like a 10-minute scene.
Or the Superman Returns?
The one where he spins the world?
Oh, yeah, that was Christopher Reeve, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first one.
That's the first one? I thought it was the second.
It was the first one.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that scene and the avalanche scene followed it. Just that. Everything else from all the other Superman movies, don't care. Really don't.
I know, you're not a big Superman fan. You don't respect the big blue Boy Scout. But I do. I mean, he's fucking Superman. I mean, in the long run, it's not going to be about the fight between the two of those. I mean, everybody's going to see a fight. There's going to be a fucking fight.
Of course there's going to be a fight.
Because everybody wants to see a fight. But what it's going to boil down to is their fucking friendship.
True. One thing that I'm interested on is I'm okay with Affleck being the new Batman. I'm sure
I am too.
Everyone's giving him flack, but I'm thinking he's gonna pull through and do it. Only problem is that he's got some really big fucking shoes to fill because his first Batman movie is gonna be with Superman.
Right.
And that's kind of a big chair to sit in right there.
I honestly hope he knocks it out of the fucking ballpark.
I do too. I really do. Because,
I mean, they're supposed to be going with an already established older Batman.
I mean, fuck, I'll probably go see both movies in the same day.
Yeah. But, back to that, though. They've already pushed back the Batman vs. Superman movie already. And then
Really?
to that date.
Ah.
And the Captain America people, Marvel says, all right, we're going on that date. And now...
What day is it?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Is it later this year or next year?
Oh, next year, I think.
Okay.
It's either next year or 2016. Which 2016 seems a lot more feasible because they're doing Avengers right now, so...
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, but long story short, I'm trying to look up the...
Oh, since we mentioned Batman, little side snippet. Did you see the 2-minute video of Bruce and Terry versus the Batmans?
The 75th anniversary thing?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet. I saw the one that Bruce Timm did, of him going after, I think it was Hugo Strange.
Yeah, it's they're in, the Batman Beyond series, yeah?
Yeah.
It's that, you got Terry and Bruce, and Terry runs into the Batcave, and Bruce is on the ground, just like, ugh. He's like, what happened? He's like, are you okay? He's like, just groggy. Because it's fucking Bruce.
Yeah.
And Terry's like, what? I was like, who did this? And he just kind of looks at him and goes, me. And you see a giant fish just punch Terry in the face. And the camera pans over, and it's the animated series Batman.
Oh.
and they're just fighting all that shit. And after like a minute, they beat him down. They realize he's a robot, and they take him down. And then it pans over to the entrance of the Batcave, and you see from like modern Batman all the way back to Adam West Batman.
Oh, that's pimp. I'm gonna
They're all
check
just
that
all
out.
in their suits and they're just ready for a fight. I'm like, yeah.
Nice. It's coming out May 6, 2016.
It's too far away.
Yeah, that's a long time though to build up. No, but there's like a stalemate between two companies right now over this. Because, well, the logistics of it.
Who owns DC?
That's Warner Brothers.
Okay. And is there any way Warner Brothers and Disney could ever be on terms?
No.
Really?
That's two giants colliding. Immovable force.
You never think that they could ever go together and make a movie?
No. Unmovable force or unmovable object meets irresistible force.
Mm-hmm.
But, the logistics of that date, the reason why that it would be smart for one of them to move is because it's going to take money away from the other.
True.
Especially with, Batman vs. Superman, it's going to be a lot fresher. I mean, yeah, Captain America 3 is,
It doesn't even have to be far. Just move one to, like, the week before or the week after.
Right, but, well, the thing is, Warner Brothers already spent a shit ton of money just to even move that date. And they're like, fuck you, we're invested.
So it's just two guys just whipping their dicks out, basically.
Yes.
Happening.
Yes, precisely. And so, I mean, I don't know if they're going to go head-to-head or not. We'll wait and see. But,
what did you think of, what was his name, Falcon?
Yes. That was very well done.
I liked it.
Yeah, he was cool. I mean, he wasn't like, stereotypical and smart-ass. He was a true soldier.
Yeah.
Just like Cap. And he had Cap's respect. And he went in and out of fighting like, like a soldier. I like the fact that he was, a veteran too, and he was going to meetings for other veterans that were injured in combat and all that. I thought that was great, and I think that's how he got Cap's respect, was the fact that he does that.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I mean, Robert Redford, man, that motherfucker is a legend. And me and Elijah were surprised by that swerve. I mean, the fact that, Robert Redford, every movie he's ever been in, as far as I know, as far back as I can remember and seeing him in movies, he's always been the good guy. He's been pretty much Captain America, honestly. And to see the turn like that, motherfucker, dude. That threw us for a loop, dude. I mean, I was just like, really? I mean, they take, one of the coolest, suavest, baddest mofos from old Hollywood and, turn him heel. Fucker was, he was Hydra, man. The fact that they brought the whole Hydra thing into it just impressed the shit out of me.
That blew my fucking mind.
I was like, you sons of bitches.
Yeah, the one scene where you see the guy lean up to the other guy's ear and just whispers "Hail Hydra." I'm like, no fucking way.
Yeah. Well, you remember what he was in Iron Man 2.
Was he?
Yeah, that was the senator from Iron Man 2 that was trying to get the Iron Man suit off of him. And at the end, he gave him that pen and says, "You're used to being a little prick," or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was him.
Oh, and the Hydra scientist in the computer?
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. That threw me for a loop.
That was creepy. That was, man, what that made me think of?
Huh.
Fallout.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it was a Fallout New Vegas, there was the character, he's like Howard Hughes, and he uploaded his conscious to to computers.
Oh, speaking of Fallout, I've seen they made a Fallout Monopoly.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. I've been actually playing the third one here lately, just for shits and giggles, just running around. I forgot how fun it is.
Making a fourth one.
Yeah. Oh, of course they are. Series is successful.
Yeah.
I'm still heartbroken about New Vegas on PlayStation 3, though. God damn it. I mean, I beat it already, but I didn't beat it with all the other content.
Oh no.
Oh no. I've gone far with that character. And I can't do anything with it. Pisses me
Blow
off.
everybody up.
I can't even do that. I take 2 steps, boom, lag.
Yeah.
Makes me cry inside. Oh well. That's why I went back to 3.
That's one reason why I'll never actually finish Skyrim. It's because I kill too many people.
You do, because there's nobody left to talk to.
I mean, because I'll be walking through and I'll just like chop somebody in the head, and like right when they fall down dead, I'll see it's like little pop-up text like, quest such and such failed, kill person. Like, oh.
Yeah, see, that's why you can't just go around killing people.
Well, they shouldn't piss me off.
What, just by looking at you funny?
And they say things,
They're just talking shit.
and I stopped that.
Yeah, you cut their head right in half, and now you don't have any quest to go on. You're your own worst enemy.
I know.
Oh, but back to Cat. I fucking loved it. I mean,
Oh,
all in
yeah.
all, I mean, everything was done. You know, Scarlett Johansson's character was cool as shit.
I was actually surprised about the Winter Soldier part.
Yeah.
I did not know that he was controlled with mind control.
Yeah. They
Did
wipe
not
his
know that.
memory and all of that.
I thought they actually, I thought he had like amnesia and he just followed them.
No, they wipe his memory every time.
Hmm.
They just keep him built as, you know, kind of their own Captain America Perfect Soldier, because he was originally, created by the Russians, and then Hydra got a hold of him.
Yeah.
He was a badass, though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
What was crazy is every time he hit that shield with that fucking robotic arm of his, that shit was jarring, dude.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was probably, 1/10 of the power when Thor hit it with the hammer in Avengers, but still,
Yeah.
that had to shake some teeth, man.
One thing I liked about the movie is that you know how in Avengers everyone's working as a team. It's all pretty obvious what you need to do. But in this movie, when Black Widow's on a mission with him, she's going off doing spy things, and it just fucks Captain up.
Yeah. Pissed him off.
Oh yeah. I just thought that was cool how they played it like that.
Yeah. That's what she does. She's a fucking spy.
Yeah.
I saw this thing. It was like a by the numbers thing. And you know how many people he took out just before his crew, before the rest of the S.H.I.E.L.D. crew came in? You know how many people he just took out by himself? Out of 25, he took down 20.
Damn.
Cap's a bad motherfucker. He plain and simple. Speaking of bad motherfucker, you probably didn't catch this. Did we ever show you Pulp Fiction?
No.
Oh, so you probably won't get this reference. Did you see what it said on Nick Fury's gravestone?
Uh-uh.
You got to look closely, but it says, because it says in quotations, the path of the righteous man, and it says Ezekiel 25:17. That is in reference to his character that pretty much got him famous from Pulp Fiction, Jules Winfield. Because what he would do is, you've probably heard it somewhere, but before he would, pop somebody, he'd bust out, Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides of the iniquities and the tyrannies and selfishness of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. I fucking forgot it. For he is truly his brother's keeper and finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Never heard of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, you
That
gotta
sounded
see.
badass though.
It is. He says that before he fucking kills this dude, man. But yeah, it said the very beginning of the path of the righteous man, and that was an ode to that character his, because he's fucking Sam Jackson.
Gotcha.
He's badass like that. But
I saw this picture. It showed Samuel L. Jackson had his name, and it said, "Did you know the L in Samuel L. Jackson stands for motherfucker?"
Nice.
I'm just like,
Nice. 'Cause he's a bad motherfucker. It's funny too, because in Pulp Fiction, scene where the people were in the diner they were in, and they were going around collecting wallets and stuff, and cash and phones and watches and whatnot. And anyway, the only thing he wanted, like, out of that bag is he gets a hold of that guy somehow. Long story short, he says, "I want you to reach into that bag and get my wallet out." And he's like, "Which one is it?" He's like, "It's the one that says bad motherfucker on it." And he reaches in, goes through these wallets, and sure enough, is a brown wallet with etched in there bad motherfucker. I was like, that's awesome. But yeah, all in all, fucking Captain America, Winter Soldier, kick ass. Go see it.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, that movie is just fucking tits from fucking start to finish, man.
See, another reason why I think it would be great that if they did a Civil War movie is because it kind of did a little foreshadowing in this one of how Cap will, no matter what, fight for the freedom, even if, you know, the government wishes you not to.
Right, exactly.
It's like, he basically is fighting the government the whole fucking movie.
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, yeah, Civil War shit.
Right. Which is kind of essentially, you know, kind of what this movie was a little bit, but it was all, you know, Hydra, you know, pretty much took over fucking S.H.I.E.L.D. from the get-go.
Yeah.
And the fact that they let them, you know, think they had control. I mean, it was fucking genius. Good fucking movie. I mean, I can't wait for, you know, see what they do in Avengers. Because, I mean,
Won't they be fighting, what's his name with the gauntlet?
No, it's Age of Ultron.
Oh.
Ultron is...
Well, who was the dude in space?
That was Thanos. I think that is literally a whole other demon.
Well, don't you think, I knew they were going to do an Ultron movie, but you'd think they would do, you know, Avengers 2 with Thanos, since they kind of had him at the end of the movies, like, oh shit, he's coming.
I think they're just teasing for, you know, possibly the third one, because Thanos would be way too big.
Really?
That's like galaxy shit, dude.
I don't really know Thanos.
Yeah, Elijah knows a lot more about it. I mean, the son of a bitch is so badass, he's literally married to death. So, yeah, like I said, he's a whole other demon. So, I mean, you don't want to go too big a scale. I mean, considering what they did in Avengers, they destroyed half of New York.
Good news about them introducing Ultron means they're going to bring in AntMan and Wasp.
Yeah, they're doing that stuff. Yeah.
Like, you can't have fucking Ultron without Ant-Man.
No, definitely not. Because he's part of the canon.
I just wonder, do you think they're actually going to introduce him as the character, or just be like, have Iron Man say, like, me and, you know, my colleague, Professor Pym, made this machine? Or do you think they actually show him?
No, Ant-Man's getting his own movie.
Oh, that's cool.
And the Hank Pym character is going to be played by Michael Douglas. He's going to be an older character, and the Ant-Man below him is going to be played by the guy that's going to be Ant-Man is going to be below him is going to be Paul Rudd, and I can't remember the name of that fucking character. Because there was more than one Ant-Man. The main one was Hank Pym.
Yeah.
And
are they going to do Wasp also?
I think so. I think she's going to be in it. I mean, you can't have one without the other, actually. But I know, they're going to have their own Ant-Man movie, and that's going to lead up to Ultron. And then, you know...
Are they going to do another Hulk movie?
No.
So he's just going to show up in the Avengers from now on?
Yeah. Okay. Because, I mean, how big of a scale can you go? I mean, Even though, those shield helicarriers, tore up a lot of shit in Washington. I mean, that was as big as they can get.
Well, the only other place that I know of for Hulk that they could do is Planet Hulk.
Oh,
that's later, though.
Yeah, and plus, World War Hulk would be a result of that, and that's a whole bunch of...
World Hulk would be amazing, man. One step in the earth shakes.
Yeah, because he's so pissed off.
Oh, just imagine that, man. It gets you pumped.
Yeah. No, but, nonetheless, Winter Soldier, badass.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even really touch the tip of the iceberg of that movie, but, it wasn't too much. Just go out, see it. It's worth every dime. Changing gears, though. I'm gonna get into some weird shit right here, because this was last week. I mean, when I first heard this story, I saw like the headline, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, it can't be. That's bullshit. But no, this was legit. One of the side members of he's not a member of the WuTang Clan, but he's affiliated with them. He goes under the name Christ Bearer. Real name Andre Johnson. Ironic. Johnson, get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never mind.
I get it.
But he's a member of the group North Star. They're like an offshoot group for Wu-Tang. This dude just lost his damn mind, I guess you could say. Wouldn't you think?
He wasn't too bright on his thoughts that night.
I mean, only he knows what was going through his mind that night. But, Christ Bearer, member of the rap group North Star, two other members of the group say that they were at the apartment complex early Wednesday morning when Bearer suddenly, without any warning signs, cut off his penis and jumped off the balcony. How big was the balcony, you ask? 2 stories.
Yeah, if you're gonna jump and plan on dying at the end, go 5 or higher.
Right.
Because people can survive to maybe a 3-story drop.
Yeah. I mean, a cat can survive 6 stories. Did you know that? I don't know who was fucked up enough to test that theory. But their bodies are not aerodynamic, but like they're designed in such a way where they can absorb a whole bunch of impact.
Gotcha.
Because cats are cool like that. But yeah, this dude just kind of freaked out and cut his dick off and jumped out the window. That simple. No drugs involved. Just really fucked in the head. I mean, do you think what was going through his mind at the time?
Fucking don't know. Why would anyone want to cut their own dick off? It's beside me.
I mean, if you want to be, a female, there's surgeries for that. They do that shit now.
Yeah.
But I just, I guess I can't grasp the concept. I mean, I've lived 32 years with mine, and I like it where it is.
Nothing in your life has made you want to cut your dick off and jump out of a window?
No.
All right.
I mean, I've had some pretty, fucked up, down moments. But nothing that warranted that. I never looked down and said, I don't want this anymore. Never had that thought. Not once. So yeah, he just cut it off. I mean, and probably from there, he's like, well, shit, what's the point? And then, said, fuck the world. And the world said, no, fuck you. Not only are you have a bunch of broken bones, but you're short a dick.
Ghostbuster reference. Yes, sir, man. He's like, yes, sir, this man is dickless.
Oh, yeah, when Dickless over here shut down the containment unit. Is this true? Yes, it's true. This man has no dick. Yes. Classic fucking line.
Of course.
I don't know. It's hard being a rapper, I guess.
I guess so. I hate making songs and getting money.
I mean, if drugs were involved, I'd be like, all right, leave that shit alone. But this is like, it's mental illness, and you're all like, I mean, I know a few people with mental problems, and I've never heard them want to, self-mutilate them to that point.
Yeah, no fucking idea.
Yeah. It's a weird one. But I don't even know who this dude is. Never even heard of him until this moment.
True.
I mean, I just know what I've been kind of reading up on the whole story.
But then again, I'd never heard of the WuTang until this article.
Really?
Yeah.
WuTang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Okay.
Protect your goddamn neck.
What are that? Rappers? A gang? What the fuck are they?
They're rappers, yeah. They're actually, their whole background is, they're based off like old Chop Socky flicks.
Hmm.
And they actually bought up a whole bunch of like the old Chop Socky flicks and distributed them under their label. Because they, their albums are themed like that, the 5 Chambers of Shaolin or something like that.
Gotcha.
I think you've heard of like Method Man.
No.
RZA? RZA?
No.
You might have. You remember that movie that came out last year? The man with the, I think it was the Hands of Steel or something like that. It was like a martial arts.
The Iron Fist.
Yes.
So the first 10 minutes of them, like, fuck this video, and I changed it.
Really?
Yeah. Couldn't get into it.
Yeah. Well, that was the guy who did that movie was RZA. He was from Wu-Tang. That's kind of like their style.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's basically what they were about.
Quick question.
Maybe a quick answer.
Any of them Asian? Is at least one of them Asian?
Not a single one.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
They just like it. RZA's done like a lot of soundtrack work, though. I mean, they haven't done a lot of Wu-Tang stuff in years. But I guess this group, Christ Bearer is his name, huh?
Someone thinks very highly of himself.
Evidently not. Cut your prick off and jump off a balcony. Jesus wasn't there for you there, was he?
Jesus, take the wheel.
Hey, now, I mean, one of their members that died a few years back, his name was Old Dirty Bastard. He didn't bear the lead on that one. ODB. And, like, before he died, though, he changed his name to Sweet Baby Jesus.
How about that?
How about that?
So I guess if their names change into something Jesus like, something's gonna happen.
Maybe. There might be something to that. You never know.
True. Speaking of Jesus shit, actually.
Uh-oh.
You remember that movie Elijah thought up of his head, the Judas Priest Christ Slayer?
Okay.
Where Jesus is like the original vampire and all that. No, original zombie.
Yeah.
And Judas has to become a vampire to protect him.
Yeah.
Or guard him and all that. I saw a picture on Facebook. I'm like, oh my god. It's like the sequel to the movie for Elijah. I sent it to him and it shows Jesus holding like dual wielding sawed-off shotguns. And it says, Jesus, double-crossed.
Oh.
So I'm like,
That's a good one. Speaking of double-cross now, kind of last but not least, did you hear about this? This is wrestling related. The Undertaker streak has ended.
Yeah, I heard that from William's Facebook feed. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't really affect me at all.
It was actually kind of a big deal.
Really?
As far as like wrestling, pop culture, he had been 21-0 up until that point at WrestleMania.
Who did he lose to?
Brock fucking Lesnar. The big corn-fed freak from Minnesota. And I don't stress that word freak. Guy is a freak.
Well, it's gonna happen sooner or later.
Well, it was kind of sad though, because I actually went to a friend's after like, a couple of days later, and he has that WWE on demand or the WWE Network, and they had WrestleMania on there, and we sat back and watched, and I watched that match, and I felt bad for Taker, man.
Oh yeah.
That dude is, I think he's just turned 49 before WrestleMania. And all those years of being a guy his size, I mean, he's 6'10", 300 and some odd pounds, taking the beatings that he has. And he only does like one show a year now, which is WrestleMania. And I can understand how he's old and beat up. But he went into that match. Well, they say that he took a bad fall during the match and wound up with a busted neck and a pretty bad concussion. It's crazy though, because like they showed like a video. This wasn't like on wrestling. It was somebody with like a web or a camera phone. But they showed him leaving the hospital the next day, because he went to the hospital right after. And they showed him getting on like a bus, leaving the hospital, and he wasn't there.
So what do you expect getting beaten for all those years?
Yeah, I mean, taking the poundings that he's taken. But during that match, I don't know, he couldn't even stand. Even after he lost, you know how he does like that cool sit-up he does?
Yeah.
I mean, he couldn't even do that. And
Wow.
he had to have the ropes to help him up and stuff.
I guess it's finally just his time to leave.
Yeah, maybe. But he went 21-1 now at WrestleMania. Which, I mean, this is the scary part. When it happened, it took Brock's finisher it took 3 of them. Which it's called the F5, and it's basically pick somebody up on your shoulders like a fireman. And you... What?
Sorry. It's called the F5 because it's so fucking refreshing.
No, it's because it's like a fucking F5 tornado when you see this big motherfucker do it.
I know, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Refreshing an F5?
Computer thing, man.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Never
gotcha.
thought about that one.
God, I'm a nerd.
You are a nerd. No, but, yeah, basically you pick them up on your shoulders like a fireman, and you throw their feet out, and you hold on to their head, and you drop with them.
Gotcha.
And he did that to Undertaker like 3 times. And Brock Lesnar, I mean, you ever seen Brock Lesnar?
Well, like half the size of Taker?
No, not half the size. I'm like twice the size.
Really?
This motherfucker is a beast. I mean, he has legitimate wrestling.
Bigger than Taker.
Huh?
When did he get bigger than Taker?
Brock Lesnar's always been fucking huge.
I thought he was smaller than Undertaker.
He's a little bit shorter, but when it comes to strength, Brock is fucking you. Who are you thinking about?
I don't know. Who am I thinking about?
I don't know.
Oh, well.
Well, anyway, Brock Lesnar, you know, he's got like a legitimate wrestling background. He's like a 2-time NCAA champion, All-American.
Yeah.
Motherfucker and all this. And, anyway, yeah, his whole background, he's legitimate. And plus, he went to UFC. And he became UFC champion.
That's cool.
And here, I'll send you a pic of this dude. See if you think this is the guy you're thinking about.
Jesus Christ. This long-ass link.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, that's not who I was picturing.
Okay. Oh, this is, I mean, Brock's, you know, he's fucking for real when it comes to legitimacy. And I think that's why, you know, Taker did the honors for him. Because they want to build something off of it, you know.
He has no neck.
I know, right?
Why he has no neck?
He's a fucking freak. I've seen this guy do things that he shouldn't be doing for his size.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I've seen him, you know, kip up?
No.
You know, where you're on your back and you, like, push up off your hands and you jump up on your feet.
Oh, okay.
He does shit like that. Yeah, a guy that size shouldn't be doing that shit.
He's very nimble.
Yeah, He's quick too. You'd be surprised. But yeah, he beat Undertaker.
Hmm.
And it was scary though, because when it was a 3 count, the entire crowd, this is 75,000 people in an arena.
Yeah.
That were going crazy 1 minute, and the second it happened, you could hear a pin drop.
Wow. After the 3rd count?
Yeah. People were fucking shocked. Like, wow. What? This just happened? And it's funny too, because if you look up there's a picture of this one black guy that everybody, the second it happened, blew up Twitter with it. And he became popular because of it. He's just got this, holy shit look on his face. His eyes are bugging out of his head. His mouth's like jaw, hitting the ground just about.
Yeah.
But a lot of people looked like that when it happened. The entire freaking crowd was silent, man. It was creepy.
Dang.
Usually, like after somebody wins, they play the winner's theme music. They didn't play that for another 4 or 5 minutes. Even the guy that was doing the ring announcing, calling the people to the ring and stuff, how they announce who wins and stuff. He didn't say anything for a minute because he couldn't even fucking believe it.
So I guess that means only Brock and Taker knew what was going to happen?
I think Brock, Taker, and Vince McMahon knew.
What a way to fucking show people.
Oh, yeah. It was that secret. I know. Oh, and the manager, Paul Heyman, knew. But yeah, it was just like, that's like one of those moments, like, holy shit.
Nice.
And it's funny because the guy who runs that, the Botchamania.
Yeah.
He said it best on Twitter right when it happened. Because last year, Paul Bearer, his old manager, Undertaker's old manager, had passed away. And he said, Paul Bearer's dead. The streak's been beaten. I feel like my childhood just died. And it was kind of like that feeling, like, because, Undertaker's fucking Undertaker.
Yeah.
He's always had the coolest fucking gimmick.
Been dropping bodies forever.
Right? And his entrance was the shit, dude.
Yeah.
Well, for this one, when his music was playing and stuff, the lights go down, the blue comes up, the smoke fills the freaking stage.
Yeah.
And they showed all the caskets of all the other people he beat.
Oh, that's cool.
And there was one just sitting there for Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And he walked by it, and he stops, and he looks back at it, and the casket opens up. And he, does like this motion with his arm, like brings it down, and the freaking casket, like this fireball comes out of it. And I was like, holy shit, that's badass. But yeah, it was one of those moments where, you're like, damn, that happened.
It'd be crazy. Is at the end if Brock went and took that casket, put Taker inside of it.
It wasn't a casket match, unfortunately. No, he just left Taker in the ring. But anyway. Yep, that's what's been going on in the world. Captain America, people cutting their dicks off, and Undertaker streak is over. Only a few things that we talk about on this show, folks. So, until next time, thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, all that other good jive. You got anything else to throw in?
I'm good.
All right. Well, seems like put a footnote in this one for this week, folks. Until next time, I'm Adam Stone.
I'm Adam Blosher.
Thanks for listening, and stay weird.